When I started writing my vows, my mind overwhelmingly exploded with images of the adventures we've had, the jokes we've shared, and all of the food we've eaten, but also the moments of sadness, loss, and our fair share of difficult days. As these moments passed through my head, there were a number of qualities about you that really stood out to me. Your beautiful smile and loving face, your extreme spontaneity and enjoyment of life, your loving kindness and selflessness, your perfect sense of humor, your steadfast support and thoughtful understanding, and the continuous warmth of your presence. But also can't forget the most passionate love for buffalo chicken and margaritas I've ever seen in my life, as you'll see by today.
Jeremy. I was so overwhelmed thinking about where to begin. How do I distill 11 amazing years into just a few minutes? I met you at a time in my life when I was so restless. Sorry. Okay. When I was so restless and eager to get out of Dodge and go live in a big city and only worry about myself. What started as a harmless flirtation in a pizza shop led to someone I just couldn't let go of. 1 year later, when I moved across the country for school, and as much as I thought I had to get out of town for my fresh start, I now know my new beginning started with you.
One quick story. Mimi decided one night she was going to sneak out. And right by her window was a tree. So I knew something was up. So I went outside and stood by this tree. And I look up and here comes Mimi climbing down the tree. And I knew she was off to see Jeremy. So I'm leaning up against the tree. She comes down and looks at me like, oh shit. And I said, if you can climb down, you can climb up. And she's like, but I'm like, back up you go. So she climbed back up into her room, of which I then took a hammer and nail and nailed her window shut. They really epitomize what you want your child and your children to be part of. I know that Jeremy loves my baby girl, more than anything in the world. And any of you that are out there that are parents or soon to be parents or parents down the road want that for your child. And he's a good man. He's a caring man. And I love him almost as much as I love Mimi. One day, maybe it'll be equal. But you couldn't ask for a better man in your daughter's life than Jeremy.
I'm Mimi's maid of honor. I first met Mimi and Jeremy at Wellesley College 10 years ago. And the first pictures that I saw of Mimi were of her with Jeremy at prom. And she was wearing a beautiful white dress, much like today. And I was so struck by their chemistry. And I could already tell that they were one of those it couples. And then I met her and him in person and saw them as a couple, and they so far exceeded my expectations. I had never seen two people my age that in love before, and to find that kind of love so young is particularly exceptional. And I remember thinking that's what I wanted when I grew up.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Emily. I am Jeremy's sister. Woo! All right. All righty, so Jared Memers, I'm so happy to be part of this amazing day with you two. Over the past decade, I've experienced some very interesting moments with you both, suffice to say. Jeremy, as my brother, there are too many shenanigan-filled moments I'm able to recount over my 26 years as your little sister. You are a man of integrity, honest, genuine love, and compassion. You have displayed this part of your character more often than not. I know without a doubt you will give Mimi all of this and more in your life together. Okay. All right, Mimi, as my sister, you are one of the most patient women in my life. Your generosity knows no bounds, and your heart is the size of the Vicks Vaqueros. I am so blessed to officially call you my sister, and so excited for you both. From the first day you were introduced into our family, I knew immediately you were stuck with us. From day one, I knew you were going to be my sister. Sorry. Woo!
In the quiet and in the storm, every rise and every fall, any door that we walk through, I will never stop loving you. Every path that we might find, light of day or black of night, anywhere life takes us to, I will never stop loving you. Oh, my heart is yours, my heart is yours, you can have it all. Oh, you showed me how without looking down, it's okay to fall. In the fire and in the flood, every word and every touch, there's nothing that you couldn't do.
Someone once told me that every successful relationship has a rock and a kite. And they described you as my rock and me as your kite. You are the true grounding force in our relationship. You keep us on track and in a routine to ensure that despite my kite's tendencies, we don't just fly away or take too many international trips in 1 year. You are the stability I never knew I needed or wanted, but I cannot imagine a world without you.
I promise to always love and cherish you, take care of your precious heart, and be the very best husband I can be. Maybe I can't wait for us to spend the rest of our lives together and continue to explore the world, eat all of the food, and finally getting a cool dog together. And maybe throw some kids in there too sometime. I will love you always and forever, and I thank God every day for bringing us together.
By the power vested in me by the Universal Life Church, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. I now present to you Mr. and Mrs. Jeremy and Mimi Shirey.
They make a great team, as I'm sure most of you have seen. They support each other, they motivate each other. Jeremy and Mimi, thank you for letting me be a part of this. And please know that I love you guys like family.
Every breath holds a moment, everyone a chance to take. You can see it if you close your eyes. We already know the way. Forever you and me.
And so they were really the benchmark that I always judged my relationships off of. Is someone as kind to me as Jeremy is to Mimi, as someone as patient with me as Mimi is with Jeremy. We love you so much. So raise a glass. Seriously, the most perfect couple that I know. Love you guys.